Have you ever stopped and wondered why life isn't, well, easier? Why do we have to work for pretty much everything we have? Today, we're going to dig into a really powerful idea, that laziness isn't just some bad habit. No, it's actually a destructive force that can unravel our lives, and even whole societies. Let's get into it. So, let's just start with a little thought experiment. I want you to imagine a world where everything you could ever need just appeared. Food just dropping from the sky, wealth magically showing up in your hands, knowledge just downloaded into your brain. I mean, it sounds like paradise, right? But would it really be fulfilling? And that brings us to the absolute core of this idea. Effort isn't a bug in the system. It's a feature. The struggle, the work, the sweat, that's the stuff that gives real value and meaning to everything we accomplish. You know, it seems we were designed to try, to work, and to earn our place in the world. All right, so our first big idea is that this need for effort is a fundamental principle. It's basically woven into the very fabric of our existence, not as some kind of punishment, but as the main way we grow and achieve anything. Now check out the contrast on this slide. It's pretty stark. The fantasy world on the left, that's all about just passively receiving things. But the real world, our world, is all about actively striving. Nothing is guaranteed. In our reality, trying is the absolute essential first step to getting anything at all. And this rule of effort applies to literally everything. I mean, think about it. Whether your goal is deeply spiritual, like memorizing the Quran, or super professional, like becoming a doctor, the path is exactly the same. You have to put in the work. You don't just ask for guidance and then sit back and wait. You have to actively search for it. You don't just wish for a job. You got to go out and earn one. Which brings us to the main problem we're unpacking today, the disease of laziness. And the source material calls it a disease for a good reason. It's not just about being unproductive, it's a corrupting influence that spreads through our character and our actions. So, what's the number one symptom of this disease? It's entitlement. It's that nagging voice inside that insists you deserve more, a better job, more money, an easier life, without ever connecting it to the work required. It's this huge disconnect between what you want and what you've actually earned. And this entitlement, it just leads to a whole bunch of toxic behaviors. You start living above your means, you're constantly unhappy because you're always focused on what you don't have. In a world full of social media, this just gets cranked up to 11. We see everyone's highlight reels and feel that corrosive jealousy, totally forgetting about the insane effort behind those achievements. And this is so important. When we spoil our kids, we're basically injecting them with this very disease, teaching them that they can get without giving. But listen, this isn't just a personal problem. Not at all. Individual entitlement creates a massive ripple effect, one that can damage the very foundation of an entire society. And this slide just lays out the path so clearly. It starts with one person's unwillingness to work. That breeds entitlement. Then, to satisfy that entitlement, people start living beyond their means, which, well, inevitably pushes them toward corrupt stuff, theft, stealing, bribery, just to keep up a lifestyle they haven't earned. And when this becomes common, society itself starts to decay. And it doesn't have to be some huge crime. The source gives this chillingly simple example. A traffic stop on a hot day. The officer suggests, how about a Coke? He's not talking about a soda, he means a bribe. And that's exactly how corruption gets normalized, woven into these little everyday interactions, until it's just expected. Okay, so if laziness is the disease, what's the cure? Well, this brings us to the path of perseverance. It's the active, powerful antidote to that passivity of entitlement. This is such a crucial shift in how you see things. Opportunity isn't something that just finds you. It's a response to your search. The second you stop looking, the doors close. But as long as you are actively trying, pushing, knocking, the possibility of a breakthrough is always there. Your effort is what keeps opportunity alive. The source points to this profound guidance from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's like a clear, 4-part instruction manual for a successful life. First, figure out what's good for you and work hard for it. Second, ask for divine help. And crucially, never, ever give up or become lazy. You know, this isn't just spiritual wisdom, it's a practical reality. Just think about the most successful people in any field. Their stories are almost always filled with early failures. I mean, getting fired, businesses collapsing, going into massive debt. It's a universal principle. Failure isn't a sign to stop. It's proof that you're on the path. The one thing they all had in common? They absolutely refused to quit. Okay, So let's bring it all together. How does this individual commitment to perseverance actually translate into rebuilding an entire community? Just look at the difference. On one side, you've got a society that's totally gripped by negativity, where everyone's pointing fingers and service is terrible. But on the other, a society where people are enthusiastic, they're happy in their work, and they take personal responsibility. That collective excitement, that positive energy, that's the fuel for real growth. So how do we get there? Well, it starts with you. It starts with me. We have to stop blaming everyone else and take ownership. We commit to honesty in everything we do, no matter how small. We learn to be content with what we've earned, even while we're striving for more. And we bring genuine enthusiasm to our work. That is how a real, grassroots transformation begins. And this is really the ultimate takeaway. Big societal change doesn't come from the top down. It comes from the inside out. It's the grand total of millions of individual decisions to choose effort over laziness, integrity over corruption, and gratitude over entitlement. So that really just leaves us with one final question. After all this, what effort are you going to choose to make? What door, big or small, are you going to start knocking on today?